Alrighty boys, welcome back to another Soul Resonance video. Now in this one, I'm gonna do a quick, simple team building video because someone asked me to do it and I said I would. And I also want to go quickly over this person's team. Now this is mainly for new players, right? Or for people just simply new to gacha games in general and you don't know exactly how you should build your teams. That is what I'll be covering in this one. Now, as you guys can see, for people who are watching my videos already, I did decide to go with Nelly L B1, and I'm actually super happy about it. I just had to. She's such a good unit. Uh, this will mean I won't get Mayuri right away when he comes out, but it's fine, right? It is what it is. I'm not too hyped about him anyways, but that's for another time, right? So, first thing you have to understand is that when it comes to team building, you have three types of characters in this game. You have your tactic units, you have your full assault units, who are DPSs, and you have your support units, who support the team. Now, we'll go into a team building setting here in just a second, so I can show you guys exactly how it works. But when it comes to, there's three characters, support characters right now, before Mayuri comes out. And what you need to know about them, right, is Kisuke, okay? Kisuke, you want to spam his ultimate, okay? Because he fires a spiritual bullet at the enemy, dealing physical damage. The team's crit damage then increases by a fixed 40 plus 40% of Urahara's crit damage. So, okay? So he just increases the whole team's crit damage based off of his own crit damage. So you spam the ult and that's what you run with him. This is why everybody loves using Kisuke. Now for other teams and circumstances, you have Rangiku, who is the best support for the yellow team. This is because on pretty much everything she does, she applies High Nickel Mark, which inflicts upon the enemies. Any teammate releases a special attack or technique. Ash blades are generated based on the number of nearby enemies inflicted with High Nickel Mark. Okay? And all characters in the team take 10% less damage. Teammates other than herself gain 40% ailment damage, which makes her super good for Gin and Neliel, and also Mayuri probably. But Mayuri is already a support, so you're never going to run them together. He is basically going to be a better ailment boost than Rangiku. But for now, if you're watching this while Mayuri isn't out yet, she is the best ailment booster. So also for Kenpachi, to be honest. And then we have, I would say, Momo. Now, what Momo does is she inflicts Insight on pretty much everything she does. And as you can see, each stack of Insight grants 5% attack bonus for 30 seconds. And acquiring a certain number of stacks grants an extra spirit damage boost, so for blue units. Now, so she ups attack, right? Attack where Kisuke ups crit damage, right? She ups attack damage, and she's really, really good for Aizen, right? I haven't built her because I simply lacked the resources because I already went in on Rukia. It is what it is, right? But let's get into a bit of a team building setting here so I can explain it, right? So this comment says, right now I'm running Kisuke and Rangiku, and I haven't decided on a DPS yet. So essentially what you're doing wrong is you're running two supports. You should never run two supports. And even if, let's say, you decide on a DPS, you don't have a battlefield skill now, because you're not running a tactic unit. So the first thing you need to fix about the team is you need to run a tactic unit so you actually have a battlefield skill. And then you want to pick a DPS and a support. Okay? So, of course it depends, and now I'm gonna speak generally again, not just about this person. But it depends on the units that you have, of course, right? Now, if you're doing content that is like mono-colored only, right? Where you can only bring a certain type of color, then right now your tactic unit would be Byakuya. In yellow, your tactic unit would be Nell. Unless you don't have her, then it would be Kaname. And in blue, it would be Aizen. And if you don't have Aizen, I feel really bad for you, and you should get him. You should have gotten him on the rerun. Aizen is just too good, right, to skip on. I guess you could use Rukia if you don't have Aizen, right? But it's a major step down. Now, I'll show you my team actually. Let me just deploy this real quick. So this is my main team currently. This will be different for everyone, but why is this my main team? Nell, of course. Super good unit. Gin works super well with her, both inflicting ailment damage for each other. And then I have Kisuke because of his buff that he provides. The Kisuke slot I will replace with my Yuri once I have my Yuri, right? And then these two will become even stronger. This is my red team for red content, because you don't have much of a choice other than running Byakuya for the red units, right? And then you want the DPS and you want the support. Okay, so that's pretty much how team building works. This is my blue team, tactic, DPS, support. Although this should be Momo, right? In a in a perfect world, it should be Momo. This is my yellow team, which I like the most because yellow is currently the most complete, right? You have Wankiku, who really works well with both of these characters, honestly. But like I already said, my Yuri will be even better here once he comes out. And then Orange. Orange is still getting cooked, right? Ever since the game came out, basically. Very sad. We know that the next character is going to be Soifon for Orange. And she's rumored to be Tactic, so she's gonna replace Sajin. Which is awesome, in my opinion. Which is why I've also been working more on my Yoruichi, because she will remain the damage dealer of this team. And then support-wise, it's very tricky, right? It's very tricky. You can run Kisuke here, of course, but because I deal no damage with my orange units, I run Aizen here as an extra unit because he does a lot of damage, even though he's tactic, right? But I barely ever touch this team because orange is just really bad right now. But yeah, I'd say I think that's pretty much all I have. If any other veteran players watch this video and you have your own input to give on maybe something I missed, you can do that in the comments. Feel free. And yeah, I mean, I think that was it. I think that covers the basic team building in this game. Thank you for the video ID, because it is a very dead week right now. This third week of Nell's banner is just... This is the most dead we've ever seen the game, which is very unfortunate because I love the game and this is very boring. But let's hope things kick off again when Mayuri comes out, because they have a lot of new events planned and stuff, and game modes. I made a video on that on the channel if you're curious. But thank you all for watching this one. I will see you in the next video. Peace.